This is it, the ultimate game in this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrived in this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that gold championship trophy in the building here tonight. Which side will have their dreams come true? Welcome, folks, to Hard Rock City and the home of the Dolphins here in Miami, Florida. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. It's time to get this national championship game underway and crown a champion. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Send the back in motion. First down, we're going to throw the football. Pass is caught, but the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now.
Boy, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All you could do is throw it to his back, and a loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
So from the 21-yard line, it's now second and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Chris, what a play here by this receiver for a big gain for Texas. And you think back over the years with Texas going back decades, I always think about running backs and, of course, quarterbacks. But there have been some receivers, Roy Williams and Devin Duvernay, guys like that. There have been others. But, man, plays like this is what you love to see and kind of creating that new legacy for Texas of having elite receivers.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking deep down the left side. Oh, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas. They draw first blood in this national title game. Wow, that is how you kick off a national championship game, Kirk.
Man, Chris, you're exactly right. This offense came out with a mindset that they're not going to wait around and wait for this defense to get settled in. They're going to punch them straight in the mouth and assert themselves. What a championship-level statement that was.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. Toss play to the outside. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
So a very makeable third down for this offense from the 26-yard line. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Longhorns offense takes the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Tackle made after a huge gain all the way to the 40.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that first down completion. The back's got it. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And they heave it deep downfield. Touchdown, Longhorns. Strong game by this quarterback.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
And they'll set up for the PAT. The kick sails through, so the lead is 14-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Running out of time in the pocket. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Well, there aren't very many things that can get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that good pressure by the defense can get to any quarterback.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? That's a fly to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Completion, that's about 9 yards. Not enough for the first, and it's 4th down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Bringing pressure. He'll be brought down on 4th down, and the drive ends with a sack.
Well, this is exactly what can happen when you're overly aggressive and things go bad. And I get it when it's late in the game and you're trying to climb back into it. But to have a turnover on downs now, man, this one could hurt you.
First down, looking to throw the ball. The pocket breaking down. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, defense does a nice job of pressuring the quarterback. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an effort by this guy just to be able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the second down play. Press coverage now from the secondary. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for 6. And it's incomplete. He was looking for the end zone.
Well, it's an incompletion here, but I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
The offense was given a short field. Now can the defense come up with a huge stop here on 3rd down? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
I don't mind this aggressive approach here by the offensive coordinator, taking a shot downfield on third down. Now you can either kick the field goal or still have a chance to go for it.
So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he knocks it right through. And they add to their lead. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Shaw. They've got him at the 48, but that's a 1st down.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2nd down after that run on the previous play.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire 1st half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
They come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive going. Can the defense get a stop here? Now here's the toss play. And he is denied on 3rd and 1. Great defense.
Boy, just stoned at the line of scrimmage by this defensive front. They have been having their way at the line of scrimmage the entire 1st half of this national championship. And if these guys do not find a way to become more than one-dimensional, there's no way they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole.
The offense couldn't convert on 4th down the last time in this situation. Let's see if they can this time. He's got it, and that is enough for a 1st down. They finally tackle him, but all the way down to the 20-yard line. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this 1st quarter. So Texas has the lead, Kirk, as we break here for the quarter. So both teams settling in this battle for the national championship. Through 1 quarter, let's check out the game summary. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime, the crucial 2nd quarter beginning right now. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. The offense eager to keep this drive going, but facing a 3rd and long from the 20 now. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Fires it to the wideout. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the 2nd half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
The tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
This is exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking deep to the right side. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. Longhorns bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
It's 3rd down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Throws to the tight end. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a 1st and goal.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, and you've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Backed up to the 5-yard line now for 2nd and goal.
Man, it's 1st and goal. You're thinking about trying to score. You're looking at positive yards, and instead, you're going backwards. That's going to set up a very important 2nd down call here.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here we go, back in the red zone. 0 for 2 scoring touchdowns here so far, and it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got it right near the end zone. And the defense makes a saving tackle at the 2-yard line.
Well, here we go. I mean, you have not come this far to get this close to be conservative and kick a field goal. To me, you've got to take this chance. You only get so many opportunities to be this close in a national championship game. Get the ball into the end zone.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Touchdown, Tigers! They begin to fight back here in this championship game.
Boy, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
PAT makes it a 17-7 game. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 21. That's good work by the coverage team.
And the Texas offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. He's got the 1st and still going. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Gets made on the out route. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Second down play coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. He makes the grab. They drag him down after a big gain. Ball moved all the way to the 38.
Boy, what a play here by this receiver for a big gain for Texas. And Chris, I think back all the years of Texas football, going way back. And they've had some good receivers. Roy Williams comes to mind, Devin Duvernay more recently in the slot. But, man, they really need to start a new legacy. And maybe plays like this can get them going in a new direction.
Longhorns come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. It's the 2-minute timeout. We've got a blowout developing here. New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Quick throw caught over the middle. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
The Longhorns are in the red zone. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Grab near the sticks. It's Payne. Longhorns moving quickly down the field here.
Anytime you go to an empty formation, you're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback and the offensive line to be able to hold up on 3rd down. But because they spread them out, he found the matchup that he liked and got the 1st down.
Heading left after the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd down.
He'll hand it off. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. They bring him down, but a chance to turn that into points just before halftime.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
He's brought down at the 10-yard line. On the ready. 2nd down.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
17, LSU 7.
Longhorns will kick this away to start the second half. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The ground game ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they stay patient or look to open up with the pass game. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
He just has to be protected better than that. He's the guy who can shift the tenure of a game. It's the offensive line's job to ensure he's kept clean.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires quickly to the left. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
Chris, I love this attitude here. Very first drive in the national championship in the second half. See a one-on-one matchup, trust your quarterback and receiver, and take shots downfield.
Caught. He's wide open. Look out. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU. And watching this young man right here, he's hoping he's next in line.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Looking for 6. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
They can't stop him. That'll pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 38.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go.
A deep shot to the left side. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
And they'll stop him after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. The receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws, but those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Still down by double digits in the 3rd quarter. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Wide open downfield. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
Bit of a risky decision here to go for it on your own side of the 50, but guess what? They make it work. Keep the sticks moving.
He's running out of time here. Caught near the goal line. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. That's the kind of execution that's built on the practice field for a very precise pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Yeah, when we were out of practice, one thing that really stood out to me about this receiver was his ability to separate with his route running ability. You could see that right there on game day and how that shows up for a touchdown.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Longhorns offense takes the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That'll pick up first down yardage very near the 40.
Boy, when you get a one-on-one opportunity, you got to cash in on it. And this Texas receiver makes a great play to be able to come up with a big gain. This defense cannot just load up on the run game and a quarterback and leave these receivers one-on-one.
The gain moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Pressure is coming. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39.
Well, it's hard to be in man coverage when the quarterback has this kind of time to be able to navigate and find the open man. He finds his receiver pulling away from that defender, makes a nice throw and a first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking for the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. Touchdown, Texas. They connect for 6.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the extra point gives him a double-digit lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Moved right down the field for a touchdown. Tackled right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
And looking to throw now on first down. He escapes the pocket. Looks like he's going to run it. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. What a catch! They make the stop, but it's a big play with a 31.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw here. Catch made on the left side. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Defense is coming after him. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. He could go. Past the 50. At the 30 now. At the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns. The defense comes up huge in this championship game. Listen to the crowd.
Chris, what a turn of events here. 1 second, you're in field goal range as an offense. The next, the defense is running back an interception for a score. You're looking at a 10-point swing and a momentum changer.
Extra point makes it a 17-point game. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
LSU Tigers will take over. 1st and 10.
Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Man, he got crushed there, didn't he, Chris? And we know this guy is their superstar. He's their leader. But based on that last play, this offensive line's got to do a better job of recognizing that they got to take care of him.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Shaw. Taken down, but not before he makes the 1st down. A new set of downs after that completion.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realize coming into this game, they have...
He's looking deep here. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Gets into space at the 50. They finally tackle him, but an excellent return after the pick.
Chris, 1, 2, 3 is bad enough, but 4 interceptions in one game, they have no chance of winning this game if they continue to throw the ball into coverage.
Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. The shotgun running play call. They'll just get back to line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of play. So Texas has the lead, Kirk, as we break here for the quarter. We're just 1 quarter away from crowning a national championship. Let's check out the game summary so far. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down.
That's doing your homework as a defensive coordinator and making sure your players are dialed in on 3rd down. Obviously, it's 3rd and long. They want to get their best player of the football, so you double cover him, take him out, and force that quarterback to either force it into coverage or find someone else to make a play.
The Longhorns will line up to boot it away when he comes for his 2nd punt of the game. And they'll just down it right here.
Well, the coverage unit does their job here. They're fired up, and they should be. Of course, the punter got some help from his friend, the football, right? What a kick to set them up in a good spot for the defense to go to work.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. No surprise they're in a hole here. They've given the football away in each of the last 2 possessions. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. And he drops back in the gun. Punt over the middle. It's Shaw. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
An important first down. The offense lines up with some breathing room. A first down at their own 11. The receiver grabs it. The ball is loose. The defense scoops it up. They bring him down after a short return, but this defense comes up with the takeaway.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on a ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route. The catch made. Touchdown, Texas. They are pouring it on now. Monster stage, another touchdown. This quarterback and receiver having a game we're never going to forget.
Well, and the defense right now has got to be pulling their hair out, trying to come up with ways to slow him down, whether they play zone or they play man. Nothing is working, and give credit to this quarterback. He just keeps dialing up his guy and keeps coming up with touchdowns.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Texas.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He breaks free. Gets some blocks. They finally get him down, but not before a huge return. Almost took it to the house. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away, and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounce back from that right away. They finally bring him down, but the offense set up now. First down from the 15. LSU has moved into the red zone. First down. They're going to throw the football. That pass is caught. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's only his second catch of this entire game. Boy, this defense has done an amazing job of keeping him in check. Let's face it, this guy's as good as anybody in the country. Big-time playmaking ability, but they've taken him out of the game. I think it's a big reason that they have a nice lead.
The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away.
And they will score. Touchdown, LSU.
You talk about being in the zone. This guy continues to make big plays. That's another touchdown pass for the quarterback.
Offense is out there. Here comes a two-point conversion attempt. He's looking to throw. And he can't hold on right in his hands, and he dropped it. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here.
LSU 20.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. And there's the handoff. Look out, room to run here. They bring him down, but the game moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
Working clock with the ground game. In the clear at the 25. Touchdown, Longhorns. And the route is on.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play, and here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
LSU takes this one.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. To be tackled at the 21, that's good work by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. An inside give now from the shotgun. Solid game there. Moves the ball up to the 32.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all hit? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. But that right there, that's what they've been looking for all game.
Now it's second down here. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Looks like LSU has the first down.
Hey, it's not a lot, but you know what? It's enough for the first down. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. The shotgun handoff here. Has the first down and more. That play moves the ball across midfield, and he set it for the first down at the 41. First down here for this offense. From the shotgun, drops back. Moves out of the pocket. And he slings it deep back to the left side. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Receiver makes the catch. They make the stop, but it'll be 1st and 10 now from the 18.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity here, put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow them to convert. They could have got them the 4th down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
Incomplete with 4 seconds remaining. Time for just one more play. So, second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. That's a mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. And there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as the top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Texas Longhorns.